The next item of business is a public proclamation recognizing the dates of July 13th through 18th as Edmond Sun Week here in the city of Edmond. As you all know, on the in March this year, May 1st this year, the Edmond Sun closed down to the shock of the entire community. And we did not get a chance to necessarily recognize the citizens that are involved in this particular organization and their contributions to our city since it started 131 years ago this month. Here is the proclamation on behalf of the city of Edmond for the Edmond Sun Week. Whereas the Edmond Sun premiered as a weekly publication in the Oklahoma Territory on a hot July 18, 1889, in what was known and then as a train refueling town, the Edmond Sun's founder was Milton Kickingbird Reynolds. And whereas the Edmond Sun was continuously in operation for 131 years and was located in the historic Roten 1919 Wantland building at 2nd and Broadway in downtown Edmond. And whereas the Edmond Sun was an avid promoter and supporter of many Edmond businesses, activities, and organizations, including Edmond Public Schools, the City of Edmond, EEDA, the Edmond Chamber of Commerce, the University of Central Oklahoma, Edmond's churches, the Edmond YMCA, the Edmond Youth Sports Programs, the Edmond Neighborhood Alliance, the Edmond Art Association, the Edmond Family Services, Liberty Fest, and Edmond Beautiful. And whereas over the years, the Edmond Sun won numerous awards and honors. Before the Sun was closed, they actually entered a annual Oklahoma Press Association competition. This year, the Edmond Sun took first place in 4 of the 8 categories and placed second overall in its division. The Edmond Sun was in news, advertising, sales promotion, and community leadership. The Oklahoma Press Association also awarded a Community Leadership Award for James Coburn for his series on the Samaritan Fund Drive to benefit the Hope Center of Edmond. Mr. Coburn has worked for the Sun for almost 35 years. Unfortunately, the Edmond Sun shuttered May 1st, 2020 by its parent organization without notice or discussion. Mark Cogner was the editor, Lance Muller was the general manager, Patty Miller, James Coburn, Carrie Tompkins, Aaron Albertson were reporters. Terry Bohannon and Nancy Sade were account specialists. Catherine Hillis Jordan, Gail Clark, Ashley Gentry, Elaine Welch, and Stephanie Muller were in the business office. We also would like to recognize prior employees who helped build this legacy. Mr. Ed Livermore, Mr. Ray Hibbert, Ms. Carol Hartzog, Ms. Baruta Harris, Ms. Lisa Shear Salam, Ms. Karen Ettinger, Steve Patterson, Carol Smagliski, and Brian Lyons. Now, therefore, I, Dan O'Neill, as mayor of the city of Edmond, on behalf of the Edmond City Council, do hereby proclaim the week of July 13th through 18th as Edmond Sun Week in honor of the employees of the Edmond Sun in the city of Edmond, and call upon all of the citizens of Edmond to observe this week with appropriate ceremonies and activities. Given under my hand and the seal of the city of Edmond on the 13th of July, Dan O'Neill, Mayor of Edmond. I would like to present this proclamation to 2 people. We have Mark Cogner here today, the former editor of the Sun, and also James Coburn, who was recognized as Oklahoma's Press Association Community Leadership Award. Mr. Coburn, I would like for you to come sit in my chair for a second and talk to the citizens and tell us about your experiences and how you missed representing our community. Here you go, James.
Well, it's really the city of Edmond and the community that should, get all the recognition through the decades. The community has always been here to support one another to build this community, and the Edmond Sun has been proud to have been part of that for almost 131 years. It's nice to be sitting in the cerebral center of governmental affairs here in Edmond, where a lot of decisions have been made for the progress of Edmond. And Edmond has a bright future. There's a lot to be thankful for in the past, and there's a lot to look forward to. Myself, I've been here, for 3.5 decades, through the Edmond Postal Massacre, through tornadoes, through the Murrah building bombing. I was fortunate enough to write some interesting articles in which I learned a lot, and the citizens of Edmond teach me a lot because I always spoke to interesting people. So it's been a learning experience, and I am very proud to have worked with the staff I've worked with Patty Miller, with Carrie Tompkins, with Mark Cogner as our editor, and some of people who preceded me at the Edmond Sun through the years. There's a lot of unsung heroes in Edmond, and there's a lot of, people yet to be highlighted. So Milton Kickingbird Reynolds was the first publisher, and he always spoke of, the city will be what its citizens want it to be. So it's in your hands. So I hope and pray that there will always be someone here to support you, to stand by you, to document the history of Edmond for posterity, for your children, for their grandchildren, and as we move into a bright future. So thank you very much.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, James.
Thanks, James.
Council, let's give him a hand. I guess they're not all here.
Thank you.
Next, we'll have Mark Cogner speak. Mark.
Hello. I want to thank the city for allowing us to come tonight, and I don't think anyone could have said it better than James. He deserves this recognition. Fantastic journalist. He's in the Hall of Fame. The Edmond Sun has had a long history of journalists like that. I have a quick statement. Like has been said, for the last 130 plus years, the Edmond Sun has performed the essential role of keeping government accountable and helping to document and create our sense of place, our community. On behalf of the former Sun employees, I want to say thank you to Mayor O'Neill and the City Council for sharing their appreciation of what had been lost in Edmond. And I hope and pray that we will have a replacement and that we can continue documenting the stories that James describes and James has so well documented over the years. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark, very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Mark.